We are now live on both platforms.
Excellent, excellent.
And cats.
Now I'm just waiting for the people who said they'd come to come.
Yep.
I better remind them. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Let's go.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, somebody's here. Cool. Let me see. Let me
Right on time.
close this up and, oh, there's Kara. You're not late.
It's
And
Sapir. This is Gokhan. How are you?
Gokhan, yeah, from SEMA. Okay, great. Good to see you. I was just gonna check on your WhatsApp. And then Patricia is here, but she's going to just be listening because her internet is just too unstable. So.
Hey.
And let's see. Well, I'll put that there for now. And let me put this. I'm just going to give it a couple minutes because Tootie supposed to be here. I just sent her the email again, so hopefully she'll be here in a minute. And then there's also Vasu. Let me remind Vasu. Tootie said she could find it, so let's see, Vasu, where are you? And then I'll introduce send message to phone. Okay, let's see. If you read the chat, you'll see what Patricia said. We'll just give it a couple more minutes. Hate to annoy Tootie, but I just don't want her to have to call me 15 minutes from now to tell me she can't find it. Okay, let me see. So I'm going to call her.
Hello?
Hi, Tootie. So we're all in the meeting, and did you find it?
What is the last number of your telephone number?
5. Not sure why do you need that?
520
Yeah.
401.
490-1165.
Oh.
But it's right here. I mean, I could just.
490.
Tootie, why do you need my phone number? What's going on?
Because I lost it. I tried to call you because I don't have you yet on my computer. 490 and then
1165.
Okay.
Okay. Do you mean you can't find the email in your?
I'll now look for the email.
It's Tootie, I believe, Tootie@gmail.com. That's the one I sent it to.
Yeah, that is the one, I think.
That's a good one, right?
I hope so.
Okay, well, I just sent it I sent it recently, very, very recently to you.
I don't see it in my email.
Okay, I'll send it again, Tootie, right now. Okay, I'll send it again. What email do you want me to send it to? Tell me that real quick.
Yeah, that's, I don't know my email. It didn't come here. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't join.
Okay. Okay, Tootie, I'm sorry too.
Yeah, I'll try and find it.
I sent,
Where do find my
I
email?
sent it to, let me tell you what I sent it to. I sent it to, I'll tell you what email I sent it to. No, excuse me, just a second, people. Okay, I'll forward it again. I'm going to forward it and I'll tell you what email it goes to. Okay. Okay. It goes to TootieOberman@gmail.com.
Try TootieObermanOB@gmail.com.
So TootieOberman OB. Okay.
At gmail.com.
Okay, I'm sending it to TootieObermanOB@gmail.com.
Yeah,
Here it goes.
I hope.
Won't let me send it. Return. Sorry, it won't let me send it, Dizzy. It won't let me send it to that email.
Oh, here I have my email. Trudaob@gmail.com.
Okay, what you're gonna have to spell it. B@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I sent it to your, I can't pronounce it properly, but I sent it to, okay, and I'll try to remember that from now on, if that's your,
Okay.
okay. Okay, see you soon. I just sent it. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, everyone, but you know what? Someone that's in their 90s, I'm gonna give them their props and, you know, do a little extra for them. So, okay, here we are. Simmer, can you show your face, please? Can you put your, yeah. Okay, this is, I'd like to introduce Gursimranjit, who is, yeah, he's going into 10th grade, and he is the one managing live streaming on Facebook. He created a YouTube channel for us, and he's live streaming on YouTube. And once we get the website more updated, there's Tootie.
Hello.
He will.
Now I still have to read what you sent.
That's take your time. And he will also live stream it on our webpage once our website is ready for that. And I feel so blessed and so happy to have this young man as an intern for Community Conversations. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good to see you, Samir here. Simar. Simar, right? I have to.
Simmer, his nickname is Simmer, yeah.
Simar. Okay.
Is that okay? Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to say anything, Simmer, please, to us?
Well, I have worked hard and yeah, I made this possible, but it was also nice working with Sabir. I don't know, what should I call you? Sabir auntie?
Whatever you're comfortable with.
All right, Sabir auntie. I'm Indian, I got it. So yeah, it's been nice working with you too. We're live streaming this to Facebook, YouTube. I have posted the links. If you want to send it to anybody to view it. Yeah, right at the beginning of the chat.
So just to give you a little bit of history about it, I had originally gotten a small grant to support an intern working with Gamers for Peace. And we were all set to go with them and they bailed on me. Even though the CEO or executive director of Veterans for Peace assured me that they were going to support it. They did not. So I had to go back to the very beginning. And I've known Simmer for a pretty long time. How old were you when we first started talking about Star Wars?
I don't know, 10, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
That was our talk. We talked about Star Wars and I told him about that there were more Star Wars movies. And that was kind of our connection, just kind of talking about those.
You got me into Star Wars.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of Gurdwara. I
Yeah.
don't know. Was it at your family's home, that Gurdwara, where we first talked about it? It was somebody's home. I don't know if it was your
I
family.
don't remember.
Yeah. It was somebody's family home rather than the formal Gurdwaras. And we just, and then we didn't have Gurdwara for a long time because of COVID.
Yep.
And, he was sort of out of my mind thinking about how much he would grow. And it's been 2 or 3 years since we've had Gurdwaras, 2.5 years. Then we decided to have them again in person. And he immediately came up to me and asked me what I thought about the Jurassic movies. And we talked about that. And I thought, I realized that he's older, he's very mature. And I just thought, I need an intern. And I asked him and his mom, or I can't remember the order, but his mom was engaged in the conversation too. And he became my intern. Yeah. So here he is. And I'm very, very pleased. Very pleased.
That is very nice to have these young, energetic, dynamic people together with us. So it is really refreshing to see you here. Thank you.
Yeah, no
It
problem.
is. It is. And I think for our opening, I'll read, Patricia can put something in chat and I'll read it. But I would like us each to just briefly, take a little bit, not too long, but, not like a 20-minute speech, but, maybe 3 minutes to introduce yourself. So Simmer knows a little bit more about who each of the people that are here tonight helping with the planning. And Kara, can I call on you to do that first? Are you comfortable with that?
Ahead, what you want us to do individually, going around Robin, I guess?
It's like a circles conversation, but you're just going to tell them a little bit about yourself and, kind of what you think is important that you're doing in the world to build peace. So he knows a little bit about you.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about what we can do for the community conversations topics. And one of the things that's most recently been brought out by Felice and Jack Cohen Japa of Nuclear Resistor was a point that the human survival and the climate crisis can be solved only first if military machines are diminished and eventually eliminated. And I have a poster that I could share that's on my screen right now if I'm allowed to share it.
Don't share that right now. Just talk about yourself.
Okay, I'm in Tucson, retired from being a teacher in New York City after 21 years. Before that, I was in the Army for 6 years, including reserve component. Beyond everything, wound up getting a master's degree that gave me a position at the Long Island City High School, where I retired from. And that was a position that I enjoyed, teaching computer programming, just QBasic. And we were able to see the Twin Towers go down on 9/11. So that's a auspicious moment in my life, in all of our lives, from Long Island City High School. And been here in Tucson now with my wife. We've been married now for 5 years. She's lived in this home for about 40 years, owned it for 40 years, and is a 22-year veteran from the Air Force.
Don't say something about Veterans for Peace.
The Veterans for Peace, I noticed you mentioned that there was something that they promised that didn't happen. Was that through Garrett?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay.
No, it's through Gamers for Peace.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Chris. Yeah, they're busy people. And anyway, Veterans for Peace is an organization that I became aware of through Alice back when I was with Valley Presbyterian Church in Green Valley, and I had an opportunity to go with the Mosaic for Peace movement. 104 of us, I think there was, that went to Palestine, Israel, and were able to treat it however we wanted to, whether it be a journey, a religious journey, a historical journey, a way to grow more into Christianity, whatever it was that you had a reason to go for. And anyway, Veterans for Peace gave me a stipend to go to that. And I've been a member of Veterans for Peace ever since. And I'm now the president of the local chapter, Veterans for Peace, John Miles, Chapter 13, Tucson.
Thanks, Cara. You want to pass it to someone, please?
And I would like to pass it to Toti.
To whom? Oh, Tootie.
Tootie, go ahead.
Okay. Welcome, Sina. Very nice to see you and to get to know you.
Yep, you too.
My name is Tootie, and I'm Dutch. I'm the oldest here. I'm 92. So I was 10 years old when the Germans marched into the Netherlands, and 15 when they left. Luckily, we were in a very peaceful corner. We were only under fire off and on for 2 weeks, but we never had a direct hit on the house. And the few times I was outside, they missed me. So I'm here. And I came with my husband to the United States twice. He first taught in Harvard for 8 years, and then we went to Germany for 18 years. And then we came back here, and he taught at the University of Arizona until he died in 2002. I have worked for 25 years for suicide prevention hotlines. Well, I raised my children I have 4 children, in 3 languages and on 2 continents. So that was busy. So I have a checkered background, and I now live here, and I very much enjoy community conversations.
Fascinating. I don't think I've ever met anybody from around World War II before. So.
Yeah, my generation has the habit of dying out. It's it
Yes,
was
it'd be really lovely for some time for you, Tootie, and me to have a conversation about what her life was like as a teenager on the farm during that time.
Yeah, she was around my age at the time.
Younger, but yeah, she was
How
10.
old are you, if I may ask?
Me?
See,
I'm 14.
you are
14.
14. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that was just at the end of the war for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can talk about that another time.
Yeah, that would be very powerful. We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
Tootie, do you want to call on someone?
Godam? Is that the right pronunciation?
Approximately. Okay.
If you do.
Yeah,
But-
the name is Gökhan. There is the second
Gökhan.
vowel over there. Ö is present in Dutch and Deutsch, I guess, in German language.
Yeah, but
Ö.
I also speak German.
Yeah, so Gökhan is the exact pronunciation of my word, but when it comes to English, the dots at the top loses and it becomes O.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually Gökhan Durum from Sema Foundation. I am the CEO of Sema Foundation. I'm originally from Turkey.
You are from Turkey.
Yes, and my name is actually a Turkish name, which has a similar letter with German and other languages. I've studied in Turkey till my graduation. I'm an electronics engineer. I moved to Thailand, stay over there for some time. I am amazed with the culture, the religion, and the people over there. So I grow interest in my life towards Buddhism, towards Southeast Asian culture, Indian culture, and Chinese culture as well. So I decided to do master's degrees in Southeast Asian studies. And in National University of Singapore, I finished my master's studies in Southeast Asian Studies department, focusing on Turkey and Southeast Asian relations in the history. So after that, I've continued with my PhD studies about conflict resolution in UTM in Malaysia. And I happened to come here in the meanwhile. As a profession, I worked as an engineer for some time. Later, I moved towards social and community work. I was actually the Secretary General of Singapore Turkey Business Association and a member of Turkish Culture Center for a long time. And after moving to Arizona, I found something in Sema Foundation that resonates with me. They are actually into community work heavily, and they are in interfaith dialogue, interracial dialogue, and they are also doing many projects in charity, in social responsibility area. So I really found myself involved in it. I become the outreach director, and I now become the CEO of the foundation. Just recently, I was 1 year the interim CEO, and now I become full CEO. And now we are trying to increase our interfaith, interracial dialogue activities, especially. We are an Arizona-based foundation. We have 2 branches and 2 big communities in Phoenix and Tucson. and I'm very much happy to be involved in these community conversations, because before me, it was one of the passion of our community, together with Satbir, and they see Satbir as one of their older sisters. We say abla, and as Simar said, Satbir auntie. We are not so young, actually. I'm close to 50 now. So we say abla to her. So it's very nice to be together with Satbir and our friends here. And I'm very much actually excited about what we will do in the coming months.
Gokhan, I have one favor to ask you. Will you please tell us why you left? Was it Malaysia or Thailand?
Singapore.
Why you actually had Singapore? Why you
Yes.
actually had to leave?
Okay. That is a question, of course, one has to think about, because for a person like me who loves Southeast Asian cultures, Buddhism, Taoism, I was very much interested in them. And I have many, many good friends over there from different religions, from different people. I love the food over there. So why I left, especially from Singapore after 20 years. My children also actually has come to the world that there. We love the food, we love the culture. But of course, things change. I was proudly a citizen of Turkey for a long time, and I also actually worked with Turkey in different community organizations like Singapore-Turkey Business Association. So I was actually working for both countries to increase the relationships. So I didn't apply to be a citizen of Singapore. And when it comes to a position that in Turkey, there has been an abrupt change because of a coup d'etat in 2016, it actually becomes a total change that we never expected. And Turkey has actually gone into a way of being more and more authoritarian. It is interesting. There is a coup d'etat happening in Turkey, and there's a popular movement against it. But our prime minister at that time has moved this opportunity to make Turkey more authoritarian under his rule. And we become immediately against it. And I become an opposition, a vocal opposition of the government in Turkey in that sense. Being a community leader in Singapore as well, so we've been the targets of the Turkish foreign ministry. And after being targeted, they also actually revoked some rights of me. And I couldn't actually stay in Singapore because over there you cannot be asylum. I was having visas and I was having opportunities here. So I just moved to here, which is
You were in danger of being kidnapped by the Turkish government and put in prison. Yeah.
Not in Singapore. We were actually targeted, but not kidnapped or anything near to that happened in Singapore. But all other countries, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia, around Singapore, were a target of Turkey, and they have abducted, kidnapped many people, including children and families from those countries, and against their will, they have put into a plane, brought back to Turkey and put into prison. So there was a danger for me. I cannot travel anywhere. And even in Singapore, there was some kind of a danger as well. So it was a necessity for us and for my family to move to US for a safer environment. I'm still in opposition.
Thank you so much for letting us know about that. I think it's important to know that those kinds of things are still happening in the world. It's very important. Can you call on,
Vasu, maybe? My friend.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight and to have this conversation. I'm Vasu Bandu. I'm working with Arizona Faith Network, helping with the faith communities. And I'm also ordained in the Buddhist community. So I'm serving the Buddhist community for the practice of meditation. And I'm from Mexico. My native language is Spanish. So I'm still learning also English, and it's great that we are connected in a common language together. So we work with interfaith organizations and to create more peace through interfaith, when the people of different faiths connect and to create friendship between each other. So thank you, Sadhbir. Thank you, everyone, for this conversation.
You're welcome. Vasu, you've never been to a community conversation, have you?
Yes, I do, and I'm happy to be again with you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Mhm.
But he's helping us plan. And Patricia in the chat, what did she write? Oh, okay. Patricia wrote this. To everyone, I've been a mental patient for the past 22 years. When I was first involuntarily hospitalized and court-ordered to treatment for refusing to take psychiatric medication. I sought and received some private counseling before I was involuntarily hospitalized. Ever since I was a child, I have always been interested in other cultures. In college, I took a course each in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Islam, and have continued to be interested in different religions. When I studied abroad in India during my undergraduate degree, I also received some learning about Jains and Sikhism, which was also very, very much interested me. I have known Patricia since we were in we were undergrads at the University of Arizona. She has been involved in community conversations very, very, very long time. A little bit longer than Tootie here. And
Yeah.
I'm always grateful for what she contributes. She first joined, Patricia says, I first joined community conversations after I saw a flyer about the multi-faith program that sponsored a program about how some persons from different faiths viewed gay marriage. Yeah, that was, actually it was gender identity, scriptures, and today. This is one of the very first community conversations when we were at Grace St. Paul's Church. Yeah, yeah, that was a powerful one. Yeah. Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay, so let's move into the planning. I'm going to screen share a document that I can write on. Let's see, where we are, share screen. There it is, share. Can everyone see that okay? Let's see, I guess that,
Can you make it a little darker? Or do I have to do that?
hang on, let me see what I can do about that. I can change the font, yeah, just a second. Let me see what font I can use. Times New Roman might be darker. Arial Black. How's that?
Yeah, very, very, yeah, I can read it now.
Okay, so the first thing I want us to talk about before we go into the themes is about the frequency of the programs. The reason I'm asking this is because nobody except Patricia responded to the 20th anniversary in May. And they've been small. I don't want them to be big. It's not, I don't want 50 people coming, you know, but I don't mind them staying smallish, you know, but do you think that interest in this is waning? I mean, what are your thoughts about how frequently we have them? Or, you know, do you think they're not frequent enough and that people forget about them? And I'd like to do a circle with people's thoughts on it. And I'd like to invite, let's see, I can't see everyone. Okay, now I think I can. So I'd like to invite who would like to be the first one to weigh in on these questions. And Simmer, if you have any input, you can weigh in on them too. Your voice is valid. So is there anyone who would like to start with their thoughts about this idea,
I think we had the meetings from September to May. Is that right, Sapir?
I have it right here. You can see it on the screen. September, October, January to May, and then July, August are planning. So that means November and December, because of the night that it is, we don't have because of the holidays. And then June, I need a month off. That's because I used to go out of town. So I don't now, but I still may, so. Or might go out of town. And we can also think about a different night, although we don't have every night of the week to choose. Sort of have Tuesday and Wednesday, perhaps Thursday.
This is monthly, right?
This evening, one of the people who came very regularly had to retire because her choir, this is also her choir evening.
Okay, that's a thought. It is true. Wednesdays are choir evenings. Gokhan, you wanted to say something?
This is monthly, so we meet 2 times before November and December, right?
Correct.
Okay. And the rest will continue as it is till except June only. So it seems very nice because the common holidays for everybody is excluded. And it seems viable actually for everybody's attendance, I guess. And it is okay for me.
Okay. Patricia, did you want to say anything in chat? Vasu, do you have any input? Do you have any feedback, Simmer? Because you're the one that's going to be doing the live streaming.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything to say right now. I'm just listening.
Okay, great. Okay, so at this point, it seems like people are okay with this. What I want to ask then, Gokhan, Vasu, and Simmer. Can you help? Simmer will help with the social media, getting it out, getting the word out on social media as part of his internship. Are you willing to share it with any of your friends and invite any of your friends, Simmer, to come if there's a theme you think they might be interested in?
Me? Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I can do that if they're interested.
Okay. And Gokhan, are you willing to help get it out to the community, the Sema Foundation community?
Yes, especially if there are, for example, the titles like this, for example, Black History Month or Valentine's Day issues. There are many people who are really interested about the topic or subject. We can increase the attendance according to that.
Okay.
And I will ask Hussein as well for a regular attendance. He was busy today.
Okay. And Vasu, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So can you help me get it up on the calendar faster?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I can
Okay,
put it in the
good.
calendar.
Okay. Okay. Because it's not part of AFN, so I don't know. We have to think about. But Vasu and I can work on that, so the AFN community knows about it as well. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. I think let's move forward then. I'm pretty clear about that. Okay, so let's move into the ideas about themes. Now, I don't want you to be tied to these things, but I wanted to give you an idea of what we've done in the past, why we've kind of focused on certain kinds of themes in certain months, and see if we can find creative themes that match our interests or what we think people would be interested in within, or if you think we just pull this all out and just do whatever we do. Although you said something about the idea of the Valentine's. We've done some very successful Valentine, themes, kind of looking beyond the simplicity of superficial love. We've done some really powerful ones. So, I heard Gokhan kind of commenting on that he thought that would be something of interest to their community. So,
yes, actually, there are some issues which makes some specific people interested. And there are some teams that make, for example, young people, sometimes middle-aged people are interested. So if we can vary this.
So let's start there.
Yeah.
Let's start there. And what kind of, can you give me some ideas about, they don't have to be finished ideas. I just want to start putting them in. I just want to start gathering.
Valentine's Day is a nice one, definitely.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is a nice topic to discuss.
Okay. Can you expand on that? Why? What makes it nice? What kind of things are you seeing that would be interesting?
Yes. Of course, when we talk about Valentine's Day, it is a relationship between two people who love each other. But starting from there, we can scale this to a bigger understanding. So why do we love each other, for example? Why we have some kind of a fondness between people? And moving that point, we can also understand actually how people become affected or having affection to each other. And how do we make these things more common in the society?
You mean love beyond romantic love more common?
Exactly. Because societies or communities consists of people. And of course, it also consists of couples or married couples. But if you want to make people having more affection each other, maybe we can use these dynamics, or we can discuss about these dynamics.
I find the word love a very difficult English word.
Yeah, I agree. Can I just go, Ken, does that last sentence get what you were trying, does that touch what you were trying to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Love is a difficult, can you talk more about that word? Difficult word. That sounds like a great title.
I think affection. Maybe we can think about the different words we can use of our, because I love my husband and I love chocolate cake. That's not the same love. And I think affection, are there other words in English?
I also think that friendship, how we connect appreciation and friendship with this day.
Hang on a second. I have to type this. Who said that? Was that you, Vasu? Who said that?
Yes, that was me.
Okay, well, Vasu, what did you say?
I say that I feel that also friendship is connected with this idea of love for others. So to explore how and what we understand for friendship.
Is that, sorry, does that get it?
Yes, that's correct.
Or is there a kind of a love between friends? Or
Yeah, yeah.
is it something different? So we can discuss this.
Does the word respect fit in?
How about how does? Yeah. Yep. Talk about that more, Judy.
I feel, as I said, the word love is such a catch for 100,000 different feelings. Affection is one, friendship is one. Can somebody else think of another word that kind of is in this category?
Well, I know Martin Luther King talked about agape love, the love that is,
Agape, yeah. The love of God.
no, the love, it's not about the love of God, it's the love, it's unconditional love for the beingness of all. You don't have to, even your enemy, you don't have to love them the way you love your husband or your friends or chocolate cake. But that's where respect is. You know, that's one thing that that's one thing MLK talks about a lot.
Dedication and commitment are words that might fit in here easily.
What is the first word before commitment?
Dedication.
Oh, dedication.
Let's see. So dedication. Get my hands in the right place. Oh no,
Commitment.
no! What are you doing? Sorry, folks. What was the third one? Cara?
Those are the two I gave. Dedication and commitment.
Oh, those were them. Is that what do you want to talk more about that?
It's an ongoing
Cara? Yeah.
process.
I'm
It's
sorry.
Ongoing process.
You're in process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ongoing process. Yes.
Oh, you mean it is an ongoing process.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Does that, you want to say more? Or is that okay what I wrote?
It's good. There is a third word that I hesitate using only because it's sensitive for me. That's perseverance.
Okay. Do you want to talk more about that, or because?
Well, just that there's a limit to one's perseverance, I guess. A pastor in Green Valley Presbyterian Church put an extraordinary amount of weight on that word, and he was not able to, turns out, handle persevering. I mean, he committed suicide, but
Okay, so we have, so what I'm wondering if you're getting at, I'm trying to understand, are you getting at that these are not meant to be judgmental standards. These are meant to support us on our path to love.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that's a very vital and important concept. And let me put that in there. So we are seeking, using these as support on our journey to live, I'm going to be kind of fancy, to live love. Feel free to add to it if you want to. To live love, but not to use the ideas as cudgels. Cudgels. I don't know how to spell it. I'll figure it out. As cudgels to pressure, berate us to the standards. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to everyone, or you want to say something more about that? Okay, I take silence to mean we're okay. Okay, I think
I'm still thinking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's we are seeking using these as support on our journey to live love, but not to use love, I suppose. To use it. Isn't there a word missing at the end of that sentence?
How's that?
The idea about love as cudgels.
You know,
What is
sticks
that?
to beat us with.
I don't know that word.
Okay, I'll put a different word as punishment. Let's see what I want to use as ways. Well, if I could type, ways to pressure or berate us, to berate people to live to the standards. How's that? Does that make more sense? I mean, I think, you know, for instance, women used to be told they had to stay in the marriage no matter what. Their husband could be beating them, raping them, could be a raging alcoholic, could be threatening them, and they were supposed to stay because that's what you did. You know, and I don't support that idea.
Don't you think that is, at least in the United States and in Western Europe, a totally old idea?
Totally old idea?
Yeah, that most people don't think that way anymore. Maybe I'm not aware of pockets of ultra Christians, of ultra Muslims, but
in Sikh families too. There is still a cultural. It's still very hard to not want to work things out, to not feel that you have to stay. Well, anyway, I don't want to derail it too much. I was just trying to use that as an example, because the perseverance that Kara talked about, he couldn't, the pastor couldn't persevere and he committed suicide because he couldn't do that. You know, we don't want people suiciding because they can't meet these standards. That's not our goal. Our goal is to support people on their journey to understand I mean, I believe, to understand how to live love in all, whether it's friendship or marriage or with your pets or even with chocolate cake, you know, with things, you know what I'm, rather than using the ideas to have authoritarian domination over people. You must do it this way. That's kind of what I heard Kara getting to. Kara, do you want to say anything?
Yes, that it's very easy after having a number of life experiences, such as the one that I just suggested, to recognize absolutes are very hard to come by.
Ah, okay. That's a good, yeah. How does that sound? Can you see it, Patricia? Let's see. Or do you need us? I forgot to check with Patricia. Can you put in the chat if you can see it, or if you need us to read it to you? So what I just wrote was resist absolutes to find compassionate, kind ways to express love in all forms. Okay. I think that we need to move on if we're going to get other themes, because we actually don't want to thoroughly discuss each of these. We want to just kind of give me enough of a framework so I can develop, with maybe some help from other people, programs. I think this is wonderful. I love what we're doing.
It seems that the outline includes already 9/11 for September. October, I was wondering if we could consider something as climate and climate crisis, what we as individuals can do here in our forum to reverse climate change. And the idea that if there's some way that bringing war in the war machine as a way that climate change, climate crisis continues, that, well, it's so far, it's very well shown by this poster. Can I share it now at this time?
Well, look at April. What do you think about doing that in April, partnering? We could partner with Veterans for Peace, with your local, and perhaps the Cherishing Creation community at AFN to bring a powerful April.
Yes, I think
program.
Sabir, that is a beautiful idea to invite the Cherishing Creation of AFN, because the month of April is very important to focus on Earth Day, and there is many important things happening in Arizona, and also.
Well, but I want to honor what Kara said about with VFP local regarding the effects of war on climate.
Will this discussion be about Earth Day includes, for example, the current controversial issues, global warming, effects of war, or is it about a philosophical approach? I mean, why should we care about or
We're not,
cherish
well, it could
creation?
be, it could be either. It could be either, but let's, so hang on to that.
Sure.
Because nuclear waste in Arizona really impacts the Grand Canyon. I mean, lots of places, but Grand Canyon and Native American lands. And that is part of the war machine.
I was,
Okay.
when I was saying that the statement that I relates to what I'm trying to say
Mhm.
involves an end to war, but saying that things like climate crisis and human life are important is the following. There is no solution to the climate crisis and no hope for human life on this planet that does not include disarmament and an end to war. So that statement is so packed that it's beyond Earth Day, isn't it? Isn't it something that could be included in one of the other days?
Oh, so you don't want to do it in April? You're not thinking,
Earth Day
okay.
is the climate and climate crisis, to be sure. I'm trying to get the crux of why disarmament and an end to war must come before and be included in order to have a solution to climate crisis, in order to have a solution to having quality human life on this planet.
Okay, so where do you see doing this? Where do you think it's important?
As soon as we can put it on, the better. I was thinking October.
Okay, okay, let me put that there then. Move that, October, okay. See how you feel about this. Let me put local here. How's that sound, Cara? As just a starting point.
Yes, good.
Okay, so you and whoever
Sorry,
else from
what is VFP?
Veterans for Peace.
Veterans for Peace, okay.
And so Cara and I can work, can meet. This will be one that we do with Veterans for Peace. So we'll meet. Is that okay? Unless anybody wants to say anything else about it. Cara and I we can work together to build this one. Okay.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it is. It is. Because it's worldwide. This impact is worldwide. Yeah. Okay. I want to add to this. How's that? Is that okay? Is that adding that help? I mean, is that okay? What I just added? Because I heard you say this is like, in your mind, this is primary.
Yes.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. We can work on it more. Okay. So we have January, September. We have something. Vasu, do you still think we can, this idea is, okay, effective, we can, I mean, it doesn't have to be concerns regarding the effects of I don't know what to put there. What do you think, Vasu?
I think
Effects.
I
Mhm.
suspect to of war, and also what will be the effects if we have peace for climate also.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Or to see both options and how peace help.
Uh,
on
How's, okay, look what can you see what I wrote? And
I think
I won't just say native, we'll just leave it. I'll open it up. And how does that, what do you think? I hear what you're saying. You're saying we need to talk about what also will it be like, not just what the problems are. Right? Is that what you meant?
yes.
Okay. Do you want me to add anything to
It's
this?
very good idea to, we think about war often of catastrophes,
Mhm.
catastrophes and their influence on life. But seldom we discuss the positive effect of peace, friendship, just people coming together to be together. That we can be together without a big program. Being together to enjoy each other. When I think back of the time of my parents and grandparents, many of the rituals of life had to do with just keeping up connections.
What do you think? Do you like that, Vasu? Does that?
Yes,
Is that-
that's beautiful, daughter. Yes, it's beautiful. I think it's in a beautiful way what we want to do for April.
How's that sound? What do you think?
I think it's perfect.
Okay. Did we lose Tootie or just what happened?
This is good.
Okay, this is good. I think so too. I think it's beautiful. I think some of the cherishing creation people will want to participate and help us with this. I hope.
I like the word cherishing each other.
Yeah, that's a good word. Cherish. I like that. Okay, so now we have March.
Yeah, March is open, you said.
And so, hang on, so is January and so is September. You have 3 more kind of. Gokhan?
Yes.
Oh, Gokhan, are you back?
I'm back, but I have to travel, so that's why I switched to my phone.
Okay. Can you talk or not?
Yes, I can talk, no problem.
Okay, so September often ties into 9/11, post 9/11.
Yes,
January is about civil rights, voting rights,
yes,
poor people's campaign, that kind of thing.
yes.
I'm pretty sure I can get the Arizona Poor People's Campaign to do something in January for that. And then we have March. And then we have looking at the golden rule. Do you see, do you have a theme? What other theme would you like to see presented?
That's a good question.
Or you can just, you don't have to have it fully developed, just
Yes,
explore.
there was a kind of actually question in my mind nowadays. It is a bit about polarization and confrontation which is rampant on many countries.
Okay,
So that thing has to be somewhat approached, even if cannot be solved, at least to be understood in some manner. So why we are polarizing, becoming more and more radical and becoming more and more antagonistic towards the other, towards the people that we don't know.
let's see if can you see it or do you need us to read it to you? Oh, you can't, you're driving, so we're gonna have to read it to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, I'm remembering other things that you've said and kind of trying to incorporate them. Okay, so what I've written so far, why are we increasing polarization and colonization, not only to each other, but to other countries, within other countries, not necessarily US centric?
Definitely, it's a worldwide phenomenon now, not only in US, but also in, for example, India, Philippines, China,
Yeah.
Turkey, even in European countries, actually, we can see this happening.
This is a worldwide phenomenon or phenomena? What's the correct word? Phenomenon or phenomena?
I think phenomena is plural.
Okay,
Yeah, phenomena is plural.
yeah, okay.
No, phenomena is single. Phenomenon,
And we want to, it's because it's multiple, we want to say the plural. Okay, thank you. This is a worldwide phenomenon now. Gokhan, is this one that you would be willing to work with me and maybe, you know, Mustafa and Hussein and maybe some of the women that are interested in like, I don't know if Elif would be, she's not here, so I don't think she'd be interested, but you know, maybe some of the other women that have this kind of, that are interested to work together to build a program about this.
I can talk about this to them actually, and I guess they will be interested, especially Hussein and Mustafa can do that, and the woman also can be included.
Yeah.
After finishing these, we can discuss together, Satbir, if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, thank you. So working with Gokhan and Sema, so that would be Sema, that would be our. And we can decide if March is best or if we think that September is better for this. If we think it's following on the 9/11 stuff.
Yes, that can be a relationship. 9/11 actually is a time when something has started. So we can have a deeper understanding of that,
Okay.
including this polarization.
I'm gonna put it there then. That's good. Okay. So now we just have January, and I know Kara had something in mind, January and May. Kara, what else did you have in mind? Or Vasu? Or Tootie? We have the, kind of the golden rule idea, and then we have an open one. Well, no, well, it couldn't be open, but because civil rights is very, very broad, but
There's a lot of news today that's talking about the inability of the our world economic system to supply goods, food in particular, to the masses of people, and the economic impending
yeah, and that's right, and that's why I was thinking about the Arizona Poor People's Campaign.
there's that. There's the article I was reading, community quote fridge unquote, and food along with a food bank supply and expanding that on a not only national and local but international level somehow, and that could be a topic.
Okay, can you say?
If
What
we
do you-
still meet in topic for a month, our relationship to indigenous people. The
Okay,
history,
that could go under golden rule. Yeah.
well,
And
then
the hour, because that's very ethnocentric to say our relationship. It ought to be, we'll get there. We'll get there. Kara, can you see this?
Yes.
What I wrote for January?
Reflecting civil rights,
civil rights,
price,
Arizona Poor People's Campaign, prices, food services, supply, services, who's impacted.
What else should I say?
We should mention the relationship with indigenous people somewhere specifically and not say, well, it just falls under this heading.
Yes, I was thinking that could tie into the golden rule.
Where is that the rule?
It'll be May.
May.
Let's finish. Can we finish this one before we move on? I won't forget about it.
Okay.
Kara, what else do you want to add here?
shortages, who's impacted, should how to get through graft and classism.
How's this? Get through what? Get through what?
Graft and classism. The distribution has always been an age-old knowledge thing that has always been a problem for virtually any commodity people want. It gets
How about this? How about this? How's that sound?
Okay.
How do people like that? How that sounds? Okay, I guess they do. Okay, so you'll go with Trudy's thing. Oh, we have March too. March,
Let's do March and Native American,
okay.
indigenous people. That's better.
How do non-indigenous people authentically support indigenous? Okay, that would be one question that would matter. Try to make it not so. How does that question sound? Oh, authentically, sorry.
Support and learn, I think.
Learn from, learn about what?
Learn from indigenous people. And I think we should turn it around. Learn from and support. Because we have been in support, we are the people who are giving strength and supporting them. That is an up-down. We are up, they are down. And I think we should find language where we at least are equal, if not that we are a little more humble. To reach out and learn.
How's that sound?
Mm-hmm. I have just received a paper about a relationship with indigenous people. I will give, after I've read it, I'll give it to you and can make a copy.
Okay, thank you. It's a hard copy you have?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's in my hand.
I know this is something that communities that are not indigenous are struggling with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it's come up in at AFN, looking to how do we place in the center or place where they want to be, rather than choosing where they will be, us choosing for them where they will be. How do we authentically?
I think this paper will help my grandson. One of my grandsons is married to an indigenous woman. She's a lawyer. And they are both very involved in helping to reformulate is not a re-establish, making the relationship grow. And she is from a very small tribe. Next time I'll know the name. I'd never heard of, because so many tribes were destroyed, and they are trying to rebuild her tribe.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Just a comment, can we make that last sentence into a question since it has a question mark in it, but where it looks like
Yeah. Yes. How's that?
It's looking.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And
There we go.
when we look for language to reach out,
I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
think we do. Because some words are too harsh, others can be insulting.
For language, we can add to it language,
yeah, that works. That looking, yeah.
ways. Methods. Okay. Well, and Maria, because it is, I've learned that with a lot of Dene Navajo people, it's very disrespectful to look them in the eyes. Whereas for most Westerners, it's very disrespectful to not look someone in the eyes.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out these things and how you're going to manage them.
There's contradictions in the Daily Star newspaper. There was an article, feature article, that suggested that the government is making has a program in place where it's asking indigenous people to become be involved in a process of developing national parks and taking care of national parks and being interns, so to speak. And one year they're at one level and they grow from 1 year to year. It seemed, the way it's portrayed, it seems wonderful. And it's apparently in a process where there's funding and there people are getting paid to be these interns, and the program is going on, and they're doing everything they can to help indigenous people get involved with the program. At the same time, it's at the backdrop of government and religious institutions training the indigenous. At least that's in my mind, although the article didn't come close to making a connection.
Yeah, I'm skeptical the same way, Cara, personally, because there's been so much damage done by these very Western models, very European Western models of funding and supporting these kinds of, these initiatives. But who's actually managing the programs? What are their attitudes? How are they listening to the people that they manage? Or are they just telling them what, yeah, it's very complex. I agree. Okay. This needs work. I'm not sure who to.
I'll send you the article.
Okay, thank you.
My grandson and his wife, who is indigenous, have
Okay,
sent.
okay, that'd be good. Maybe
Yeah,
I can reach out to them.
And then we could maybe copy it. I'll ask them permission, and we could discuss that.
And also, there's Gail Bird, who is with AFN. She's part of an indigenous community, and I know I can reach out to her and talk to her. Yeah. Okay, so then the last one is looking at the golden rule. And I'm, so here's one thought I had is, how can each of us act in a way that is based in the golden rule? How's that as a starting point?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've written something for everything. I'm feeling a little bit tired. And I'm noticing that people aren't talking as much. So I'm wondering if people are feeling a bit of a lag, and they just need me to save this document and send it to them to review and think about and make the connections that we've agreed to make, and then come back together on the last Wednesday in August, which I think is the 31st, and see where we're at with these. Does that sound good?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
let's do it.
Okay.
Fine with me.
Okay. Okay. I want to thank everyone so very much for being here tonight and contributing. I think we have a very robust potential lineup of programs, with some of them having more than just me planning them, which is very, very, what a relief. You know?
Yeah.
And Gokhan, did you want to get in touch, rather than right now, did you want to get in touch when you're not driving? Gokhan?
Sure, yes,
Okay.
I will now to. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, no, don't apologize. It's fine. Life is life, you know? Okay. Trudy's going to send me an article, and
Yeah.
when, you know, and I can remind her about it. And maybe I'll ask her for the contact information for her son.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. And Patricia will probably send me an email weighing down on this once she views it, which I appreciate. Oh, I didn't even look in chat. Let me look in chat. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Oh, Vaso had to go to another meeting. He's there, but he had to go.
Yes, I was waiting to finish the meeting with us. I'm very grateful for this opportunity to collaborate on this together, Sadhguru. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Patricia put in support comments for several of the ideas. Okay, so Simmer asks, and we can deal with this question in the next meeting. What exactly will we be discussing in these meetings? Promoting nonviolence, acceptance? I feel like having a specific goal would make it easier to advertise. Thank you very much. And what we've called, what this is called tonight, Simmer, is brainstorming. So we kind of get all the ideas out, and then I'll work with either the people that offered to work with specific ones, and we'll try to refine them a bit to be able to address more directly what the conversation will entail. They are open-ended to a degree, so that the theme becomes a container, but not a prison for the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and he adds that it's got acceptance. Would it be a word that fits in? Where did you see that fitting in, Simmer?
Well, although at the beginning when we were just discussing like at the beginning of the meeting.
Okay.
When
For February?
Yeah, for some very like loosely related synonyms for love.
Okay. Yeah. That's okay. I'll put it in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else in the chat we need to pay attention to. Feel free to go if you want to. I want to follow up with. Let's see.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to take care of a couple needs. I'll be right back if everyone's still on.
Okay. Thank you, Cara. Yes, I'll be in touch. We'll be in touch with each other. Let's see. Let's see what I want to say. She really, Patricia, this is from Patricia. Yes, she can see. Okay, good. She can see things. She likes the sentence, resist absolutes to find compassionate, kind ways to express love in all forms. She's apologizing for some of a statement that she made. I don't even know what it is. Patricia, it's cool. I don't think anybody is worried about it, except we acknowledge that you wanted to apologize for an absolute type of statement that you made this evening. And at all, anytime you make them. Kara's idea about creating a program about the need to end and stop wars, to try to stop the climate change process is essential, and also to stop majorly traumatizing and killing other human beings, and to be together to value and appreciate each other. Cherish each other is so wonderful and so much better than to value and appreciate each other. Cherish reflects love again. Yeah, that's a good word. Cherish is a very good word. And how can we change for the positive? Yes. Patricia apologizes for minimizing war when she was actually trying to comment about how ending and stopping wars is so important for so many reasons, in addition to try to stop the climate change crisis and to try to prevent more harm, which includes much more harm than being disrespectful. Yeah, that's true. The chat will get saved so that I can get these ideas, Patricia. The chat gets saved to my computer, or it might get saved to Simmer's, I'm not sure. So Simmer, don't lose the chat, keep the chat, okay?
Could you send me, or are you sending what you wrote down to everybody?
Yes, I will. I
Okay.
will. Yeah, I will. I won't, and I'm not going to change it at all. I'm just going to send it as we did it tonight.
That's good.
And Patricia also wants to apologize that she didn't add that she was looking forward to learning different ideas from each of you, including from Vasu, who had to leave early, instead of merely commenting that I was glad they could each join us. Thank you to all of you who contributed and who have agreed to work on different programs to continue to help make the Community Conversations program a great ongoing program for mutual learning. That's from Patricia too. Are you gonna, I don't know who the chat's gonna show up for, Simmer. Do you know?
Yeah, it's gonna be in one of my folders. I'll send it to you through
Okay.
email.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. We've
Thank you
done
very
very
much.
well. I'm going to actually save this document right now. So it doesn't, I'm going to save as, should have a title already. I already titled it. Yep, there it is. I'm saving it to my computer, and there it is. I'm saving it. Okay. Now I can be able to, I won't send it out tonight. Feel free to go. You can all, let's all say one word that, well, people are still here. Let's say one word that sums up, you know, just kind of points to how we might feel tonight about what we did with planning. And so, for instance, for me, I am so thankful to all of you. And whoever wants to speak can speak.
Tapir, thank you very much. It really now excites me, and we will see what can we do. But it's a great start, and the topics are really exhilarating and marvelous. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gokhan. Gorkhan, right? Gorkhan? I'll practice it. You'll help me
It's okay.
practice.
Anything is actually correct.
Who else wants to share a word or an impression? Patricia says, yes, looking forward to all topics planned. Okay. Tootie, did you want to say something?
The evening was full of ideas and a feeling of community.
Mm.
I really enjoyed myself.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I promised to visit you. How about Saturday? Can I visit you?
I think that's fine, but I have to look in my calendar.
I'll call you tomorrow then. We'll talk.
Yeah,
about
call me tomorrow. I have learned the hard way. Always look in your calendar.
it. Okay, very good. Okay.
Okay.
Kara, we're giving our last, do you know what we're doing?
I did not hear the instructions, no.
Yeah. We're just doing a closing last minute word impression of our experience tonight in the meeting.
Relaxed and productive. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And Simmer, you too.
Yeah, I would say like hopeful for a peaceful future, as I said in the chat. So yeah, it was a nice meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also,
Okay.
for the chat, if you open the chat and then where it says everyone, if you look all the way to the right, there's gonna be 3 dots, and if you press those, there's an option to save the chat. So if you want to try that and see if it saves on yours, that'll be perfect.
Let me see. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now. I'll stop sharing. Close that. No, the chat doesn't give me that. Let's see. Doesn't give it to me there.
Little breadcrumbs on the bottom right.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't have any. It doesn't give me any breadcrumbs.
All right, then I'll
Does it
just
give-
talk to you.
Yeah,
No problem.
I think it's because you started as host that it gives
Yeah.
them. Yeah, it gives it to you.
Okay.
Thank you though for we can figure. Yeah. Okay. Okay, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Now, Simmer and I are going to stay for just a few minutes, but the rest of you, please, and unless you want to listen to us talk tech, you're welcome to go.
Oh, now I see.
So I'll just say bye to our friends watching the live stream here now and in the future. So bye.
Thanks, Simmer. That's very nice of you to do that.
Yep.